reaction to AEW All In. Yeah, sorry it's a bit late, but I ended up watching WWE Saturday Night's main event. Less said that about the better, but anyway, I'm recording this live now because basically it's just going to take me a couple of minutes and I want to upload it onto my channel. And it's like 3 a.m. in the UK and I need to go to sleep. So, yeah, basically that's why I'm doing it live now. Yeah, what can I say about All In? It was. This might be slight hyperbole, but that was one of the best pay-per-views that I think I've seen for a very, very long time. It was, even by AEW standards, absolutely bloody brilliant. Pretty much from start to finish, it was absolutely world class. Loved it. Um, Best 18 quid that I've ever spent. Not sure about 18 quid from Amazon Prime, but hey ho, there we go. That's how much wrestling costs these days. Apparently, it's buy online, but still. Yeah, no, it was superb. So I'll just run you through what's happened. I'm gonna go through my notes because I can't quite remember everything. Because I've literally watched about 7 hours of wrestling, so just bear with me. Yeah, so first match was Gay Kid, Claudio, and Will Yuta versus the Ops. That match actually was what it was. It wasn't horrendous by any stretch of the imagination. It was just it was a match. It was okay. I did think the choice of having Samoa Joe wheeled out kind of killed the crowd, and I was like, I'm not sure if that's necessarily the best way of starting a pay-per-view that I've ever seen in my entire life, but that's just me. I don't know. I would have just started with like Hope Spot and like getting a good victory for the Ops. I got told on Twitter that the reason that Joe was put out injured is because he's going to be filming Twisted Metal, so I kind of get it and that's okay, but it was kind of like, oh, not sure about that to the start of the pay-per-view, but in the end it didn't really matter because like I said, the whole thing was superb after that. After that we had the Casino Battle Royale, which MJF won. Really enjoyed the match, really good. I won't go through all of it and all the entrances and stuff, but I just wanted to say shout out to Beast Murtos. Am I saying that right? Murtos? I don't know. Let me know when this goes online or whatever. He was bloody brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I haven't seen too much of him wrestle, to be honest, but some of his moves, stiffness in his punching, drop kicks, throws, this, that, and the other. He was really good. I was really impressed with him, so I look forward to seeing more of him in the future. MJF basically started off with Jay Briscoe, and it ended up with Jay Briscoe and MJF being the last two competitors, and MJF ended up winning at the end. So, yeah, that's about all I've got to say about that. Did anything else happen in that? Not really. The one thing that I did want to talk about was the next segment. So we got told earlier on in the night that Adam Cole could not defend the TNT title, and I just thought, well, there'll be oh, thanks to the hearts, cheers guys. And I just sort of thought that well, it's alright, Cole will be out for a couple of months or whatever. But then he came into the ring after they'd announced that the match had been changed. I'm hoping that I've interpreted this really wrongly, but it kind of sounded like a retirement speech. Which, if it's a... Oh, hi Charlie, you're right, mate. I really hope that I've interpreted this wrong, but it sounded like basically Cole was retiring. Now, I've not heard anything about his health, and at the end of the day, like I said, that's none of my business at the end of the day. Hi Kenny, you're alright, mate? Cool. I'm 45, unfortunately. Yeah, and I was absolutely gutted. Hi Cal. Yeah, no, I was just talking about that now. I'm absolutely gutted about what's happened with Adam Cole. Like, first things first, I just want to say, obviously, I know it's pro wrestling and we want to see him back in the ring. I just really, really hope Adam Cole is okay in himself, and I hope he gets better. At the end of the day, I'm from the UK as well, mate. I'm from the UK as well. I live in Leeds. I just really hope Adam's okay. I'm gutted that he's had another injury, so I just want to send out my love and best wishes for him. He's a tremendous professional wrestler. Seems like a really lovely bloke. Oh yeah, the Seth Rollins thing. So because I was watching AEW, I've only just heard about the ACL that Seth's done. Now there's loads of chat online saying it's work or whatever. I haven't seen it, so I genuinely don't know. Hopefully it's not, and it is a work, but I don't know why you would have a work in a match like that. I don't know. Anyway, back to AEW. So like I said, I really hope that Adam Cole is okay. Just want to send my best love and wishes to him. I hope he can come back, but it didn't sound too hopeful, to be completely honest. So I genuinely hope the fella's alright, because he's one of my favourite wrestlers. I'll be completely honest, I'm a big bloke, but I actually did cry a little bit, because obviously you don't want to see anyone lose their livelihoods from wrestling and stuff, so genuinely I hope he's okay. After that we had Kyle Fletcher, Sammy Guevara, Dustin, and Daniel Garcia. Yeah, that match was okay-ish again. It was alright, nothing special. Just congratulations to Dustin. Obviously, I've been watching Dustin since it was Goldust, so I've been watching him since 1995 basically. He's a fantastic wrestler, lovely bloke, been through a load of trauma and hardship in his life, so I'm absolutely delighted for him. It was a really good feel good moment, so yeah, fair play to Dustin for that. After that, right, so the next thing I just want to say, I'm not even going to describe it, I'm just going to say this: Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks. Masterpiece. I'm not even going to try and describe it. It was a absolute masterpiece. It's one of the best. It's the best match that I've seen this year. The end, basically. It was just so compelling. There were so many false finishes. They were kicking out of each other's finishing moves. Will Ospreay must have done about 1 million hidden blades. Swerve stomps, EVP triggers. Those four lads, it was. If you've not seen it, go and see it, because I can't do it justice, so I'm not even going to describe it. It was just absolutely magnificent. It's potentially, it's one of the best pro wrestling matches I've ever seen. And I've been watching wrestling since 1989, give or take. It was superb. Absolutely bloody brilliant. So congratulations to all four lads. So Ospreay and Strickland get to keep their title matches, because that was the thing that was under threat, because if they didn't beat the Young Bucks, then they would lose their rights to a title match or whatever. And the Bucks have now lost kayfabe wise their EVP privileges. Obviously they haven't in real life, because they are like literal EVPs. So what that means going forward, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see on Dynamite. I mean, I don't know whether they get storyline fired or whatever, but yeah, no, it was it was absolutely brilliant. Like I said, I can't do justice to it. So if you haven't watched it, please go and watch it, because it's one of the best matches that I've seen this year, and possibly one of the best matches ever. After that, you had the Casino Gauntlet match with for the ladies. That was really good as well. Actually, it wasn't quite as good as the men's. I'm a massive fan of Tekla. Do any of you guys like Tekla? Is it just me? I think she's absolutely bloody brilliant. Uh, Bella Ciao. There you go. I think Tekla is absolutely bloody awesome. I would really, really like if they would push her a little bit. So I really wanted her to win, but at the end, it was actually Athena that won, and I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. I wasn't expecting that at all because obviously she's in Ring of Honor. Whether that means she's going to be like going to the Dynamite roster or the Collision roster, I don't know, because obviously now she's going to be facing Storm, which I'll get onto in a minute. Or does she still stay with Ring of Honor and fight Storm? I don't know. I would like to see Roman Reigns or John Moxley. I really like Mox, but obviously Roman is awesome. So yeah, I'd probably Roman. Yeah, I'm sad too about the injuries. Yeah, that's completely put me off now what I was doing. But yeah, so Athena's won, and she's going to face Toni Storm. So I'm assuming we might get that Forbidden Door, maybe, I don't know, which would kind of make sense. Oh, if you watch my channel, by the way, I'll be going to Forbidden Door in London at the O2 Arena. So obviously I do wrestling on my channel. So what am I trying to say? Yeah, so I will be doing vlogs and shorts and all sorts of stuff like that, basically. So just keep an eye on the channel. I've got lots of wrestling content as well. Yeah, he did. Actually, JR Garza, I know this is an AW thing, but I did find it. I've just watched the Goldberg match. It actually wasn't that bad. I thought it was quite impressive what the two lads did. I found it really disrespectful that I know it's like American adverts and stuff and it's on NBC, but obviously I've been watching Goldberg since 1996, 97 or whenever he debuted in WCW, and like I would have liked for him to have been given at least a 5 to 10 minute retirement speech, and he was on for like 30 seconds and then they cut it. They cut it. I thought it was actually really disrespectful. Hopefully he'll be on Monday Night Raw and we can all say a proper goodbye and everything. So I know a lot of people aren't fans of Goldberg, who are especially my age, but I do have respect for the bloke because obviously he was one of the original WCW. Yeah. No, mate, I actually watched him in '98 because I used to flip between the Attitude Era. So I used to flip between WWE Raw and WCW, and I saw him win the belt in Atlanta against Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and I think he should have been given a proper send off, and I thought it was quite disrespectful, really. But yeah, I'm going to put some stuff on my channel in a minute about that as well, so just keep an eye out for it. After the casino, just quickly, Alex Windsor. In the casino women's gauntlet match, she was really, really good. Really enjoyed her work during that. Then you had Jet Speed, Patriarchy, and the Hurt Business. Again, the match was fine. It was all right, not too bad. But it was more what happened after the match. So Nick Wayne ended up turning heel on Christian and used Christian's own finishing move. Love DDP. Bang. Yeah, absolutely love DDP, mate. Sting, I saw him come from the rafters when he turned into Crow Sting. I actually saw that live and he was absolutely bloody awesome. I was gutted when WCW went out of business, mate. Absolutely gutted. Because wrestling was never the same after that. That's why I'm like AEW, because at least you've got a choice now. But yeah, after that, so Nick Wayne turned heel on Christian, and then it looked like FTR were going to join the rest of the Patriarchy, and then all of a sudden Adam Copeland's music hit, so Cope came out, basically cleaned house, and then after that it looked like he was going to hit Christian with like this barbed wire mallet thing, whatever it was, like the gimmick mallet, and then he sort of picks Christian up and says, go and you think he's going to say yourself, but he actually ends up saying go find yourself. So I'm guessing we're going to get another round of Christian and Copeland as a tag team. I don't know, but yeah, that was really good. Right, next one was Tony Storm against Mercedes Moné. Exactly the same. In fact, my review is going to be exactly the same now. Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné. Had I not seen the Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland match, that would have been match of the night. It was flawless, 5-star. Both of them were superb, out of this world. 5-star match, brilliant. Again, go and watch it because I can't give it justice in terms of the description, but it was superb, absolutely superb. Tony Storm is so good. I mean, other than Rhea, she's the best women's wrestler in the world for me at the minute. I like Fina as well, don't get me wrong, and there's a couple of ladies in New Japan Pro Wrestling that I like. And people like Liv Morgan. I like Thunder Rosa as well, but and Tekla, I think she could be the next big star. But Tony Storm is superb. And fair play to Mercedes as well. I know a lot of people don't really like her and stuff and think her gimmick's like rubbish basically, but I thought she was really good in the match. Where they go from here, if there's a rematch, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be Tony Storm against Fina, possibly at Forbidden Door, who knows, but yeah, the match was fantastic. Okada versus Omega, there was a whole load of rubbish going on with Don Callis, who interfered in the match, and eventually Okada wins the match. I thought it was really good. It wasn't quite as good as I was expecting, but if there were two other wrestlers that put that match on an ordinary card, I would say that was flawless 5-star match. But because Kenny Omega and Okada are two of the best wrestlers in the world, it might be me being a bit harsh, but I just thought that maybe they could have done a little bit better. Just a personal opinion. I don't know what anyone else thinks. But yeah, really enjoyed the match, but I'd like to see them go again. But Okada's now the unified champion, so presumably the feud will extend, or Okada will face someone else. Who knows? Excuse me. And then the final match was obviously Mox versus Hangman. This was insane. Like, legitimately insane. It was a Texas death match. Mox bled after 40 seconds or something stupid like that, because he ended up with this fork, as you do, because obviously professional wrestlers in real life would be allowed to carry forks to the ring, obviously. So he's got this fork, and then like Hangman randomly ends up getting it, and then basically stabs Mox in the head with it, and he literally starts bleeding straight away. Now, whether that was gimmicked or whether it was like he pre-bladed, I don't know. I think it might have been a gimmick because the blood did really go, but I could be wrong on that. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it was just insane. They were going for Mox put Hangman through like a not barbed wire, through actual glass. Now, obviously, I know it's gimmicked glass, but still, it's going to be bloody painful. They ended up going through barbed wire chairs. Marina Shafir got involved, and there was all sorts of nonsense and this, that, and the other going on. But at the end, there was this random video package from this bloke in the sky, and it turned out to be Darby Allin, who obviously was one of Sting's best mates, and basically Darby was about to come out, but first we ended up with Bryan Danielson. So Bryan Danielson's actually back. He's cleared off the Death Riders who had come out and tried to attack Hangman and this, that, and the other. And then Darby Allin sort of descends from the ring, so he's like Sting's gimmick back in the day. He takes on Mox for a little bit, and then it ended up Darby Allin, Danielson end up fighting off the Death Riders. They all leave the ring, and then in the end, Swerve comes out because the Young Bucks had also come. I forgot that the Young Bucks had also come out as well. And then Swerve sort of fought them off, and then through the chain that he was holding his hands at the last collision, through the chain to Hangman, and then Hangman basically busts Mox even more wide open, and then basically chokes Mox from the ring, and Mox eventually taps out. So yeah, Hangman basically is the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. So yeah, really cool moment, really cool spot. It's cool that Danielson's back. So yeah, agreed, mate. Agreed. I thought it was hugely disrespectful, to be honest. Maybe they, I don't know, let him speak on Raw. I don't know, but how Americans put up with this, with the amount of adverts. I only watched Saturday Night's Main Event literally because I've been watching AEW. How on earth Americans put up with these adverts? I mean, I only watched for 40 minutes and there must have been 10 adverts in that time. It was bloody ridiculous, to be honest. But yeah, I know I thought it was massively disrespectful, but just my opinion. In terms of AEW, actually, I'll say stuff about Saturday Night's Main Event in a minute. This was meant to be an AEW, but just bear with me a second. I thought the pay-per-view was brilliant. It's the best pay-per-view I've seen this year by a mile. An absolute country mile. It was absolutely superb. The crowd was brilliant. And they actually filled it as well, because everyone was like, oh, I don't know if they're going to fill the arena and this, that and the other. And it ended up being a complete sellout from what I understand. I mean, there might have been like a few tickets here and there, but it did look pretty full to me. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that company in London. Like I said, if you keep an eye on my channel, I'm going to be covering it live at the O2 Arena, and I'll do a vlog, travel vlog, and shorts of the matches as much as I can do. Also, as well, I do cover AEW Dynamite on early hours of Thursday morning after the match, and after the show. And I also do a wrestling podcast called Geek Boy, a Wrestling Story, which I do WWE, AEW, and TNA, and all that business. So, yeah. I think he will do. To be honest, I think he'll finish out his career in WWE, mate. I don't think he retires at AEW. As much as I like him in AEW, I'm not a fan of the name at all. Like, when I first heard he was called Cope, I'm just like, yeah, that's really rubbish. I don't know who came up with that. Hi, Roman Empire. You alright, mate? Yeah, I reckon Adam Copeland will return as Edge to WWE at some point. When that happens, who knows? But I'd be very surprised if he retires in AEW. I can't see that happening in a month of Sundays. Right, guys. My battery's going to run out in like 2 minutes. So just very quickly, seeing some of you WWE fans. So I didn't see Saturday Night's Main Event, but I've heard about the Rawlins ACL. Yeah, go on then, if you're Roman. So I hate that he came back as Uncope and the name just doesn't fit his but yeah, no, I completely agree, William. Completely agree. It's just a stupid bloody name, basically. I don't want to be rude, but it's just like Cope. It's like, who on earth came up with that exact? Like, Adam Copeland's just about bearable, I guess, but Cope is just like, yeah, it's dreadful name, absolutely dreadful. But look, as long as I get to see Adam Copeland or Edge wrestling for a couple more years, because he's one of my favourite wrestlers, then I'm cool. I watch AEW, WWE, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I like all wrestling at the end of the day. I'm not into this tribal stuff. So, yeah, as long as I get to see him wrestle. You acknowledge me as your tribal chief. Yeah, tribal chief. Well done, mate. Yeah, so Saturday Night's Main Event, just really, really quickly. I've heard about the Seth Rollins thing. I've no idea if it's work. I'm assuming it's not because I've heard loads of reports on social media saying it was a legitimate injury. It's an ACL. What that means for Rollins and his gang going forward, I don't know, but that's really rubbish for Seth because obviously he's had injuries like this before. Where that would leave Braun and Bronson and Heyman, I pass. I have absolutely no idea. I mean, the only thing I could possibly think that they could do is have Braun win the belt on behalf of Rollins. Maybe I'd need to think about it. So, but yeah, that's really rubbish for Rollins. I know Randy Orton beat Drew. I'm going to try and watch all this tomorrow because it's like 3:30 in the morning in England and I need to go to bed. And I heard that Solo Sikoa beat Jimmy Uso. Yay! Because I love Solo Sikoa so much. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I don't mind Solo. I think he's a really good wrestler and everything, but like it's. I hate that song. I don't know if I'm the only person, but I really do despise his entrance theme. Whenever it comes on, honestly, I feel like grabbing a bucket. It's just dreadful. It's like, no offense to Solo himself, he's a really good wrestler, but it's just not for me, basically. So, and I don't know if there was another match other than the Goldberg one. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm going to watch it with my lad first thing in the morning. But yeah, the Goldberg thing, just to finish off quickly, like I said, I know this is an AEW thing, but I'll just address the Goldberg thing quickly. I thought it was massively disrespectful. If you're going to have a legend like that retiring, you need to put him over properly and give him at least 5 to 10 minutes on the mic to say goodbye. Obviously, I know he will be doing that to the crowd in Atlanta, but as the audience, we need to see that, and like there should have been. I subscribe. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, no, they should have. Oh, thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers. Really appreciated. Thank you. No, I thought it was hugely disrespectful to Goldberg, hugely disrespectful to his fans. And I just hope he's going to be on Monday Night Raw and we can all say a proper goodbye. Like I said, I know some people aren't massively keen on Goldberg, but I'm an Attitude Era baby, and I remember flicking the channel between WCW and WWE, and like he's one of my childhood people that I used to watch basically. So I thought it was very poorly done by WWE, but hopefully they'll acknowledge him. Maybe he'll end up being, I don't know, a general manager or a commentator or something. I don't know, but they'll probably keep working with him, I guess. So yeah, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. Right, guys. Anyway, it's 3:30 in the morning. I've got 5% battery. I am completely exhausted, so I've been watching wrestling since 7 o'clock this evening, and that was like 8 hours ago. So I'm going to go there. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you all the comments. Cheers, user Vixwell as well for subscribing. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you all for listening to me and my random wrap up of AEW. Like I said, just really quickly, I cover wrestling on Monday Night Raw, AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. There's usually a vlog after SmackDown, and I cover pretty much all the pay-per-views that AEW and WWE do. If you want more wrestling content, it's Geek Boy Meta does wrestling, so I've got like about 10 channel sections, and if you click onto my channel, there's a wrestling section basically, and you'll find all the wrestling stuff there. So there's when I've been to All In at Wembley Stadium, when I've been to WWE in Sheffield, all that stuff's there. I'm also a toy collector, so there's loads of toy shorts for like wrestling things and stuff. Also, as well, just quickly, I'm going to Rev Pro in Sheffield. If you're American or whatever, that's like a UK-based promotion. I've never been before, so I'm going to go and do a vlog and shorts there. 2 weeks on Sunday, so that'll be on the channel soon. And I'm also going to see WWE in Leeds, which is where I'm doing this from now, because I'm a Leeds lad. I'm going to be seeing WWE at Leeds Arena in 6 weeks' time, I think, something like that. Yeah, so about 6, 7 weeks. So I'll be doing a vlog and shorts for that as well. And just very, very quickly, I'm also going to be at AEW Forbidden Door, like I said, in 5 weeks' time. So there'll be a vlog and shorts for all that, basically. Anyway, guys, battery's literally going. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening to what I was saying. That was really, really cool. Thank you again, Vic Sorrell. Hope you pronounced your name right, for subscribing. Cheers, mate. Thanks for all the positive comments, and I will see you all with more wrestling content. Yeah. Just quickly, I agree. I think Mox needs to, for want of a better expression, go away for a little bit. I've been thinking this for a while because it just seems to have got very stale. I don't like the Death Riders storyline at all. I think it sucks, to be honest. I know there's a lot of people that disagree with me, but it's just not for me at all. So I think Mox needs to go away for a while and then basically come back in 2 or 3 months, get away from the Death Riders, and then just turn babyface for me and start working with some heels again to get his heat back. Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked Ambrose as well. I really liked Dean Ambrose's theme music. It was absolutely quality, mate, wasn't it? It was really, really cool. Prayers for Seth Rollins. Yeah, no, but absolutely. I really hope the lad's okay. It doesn't sound like it's a work to me, so yeah, just best wishes to Seth Rollins, I guess. And hope he gets better soon, whatever he's done. Anyway, folks, right, battery's down to literally 2%, so I am going to have to wrap this up now. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to do more of these live shows, and yeah, thank you all. You're all awesome, and I'll speak to you all soon. Enjoy wrestling. Bye bye.